let's start practicing with vocabulary adjectives that we use to describe the personality of others. Yeah, the personality of your sister, the personality of your husband, mother, etc. Here we have this. She always shares her things with others and loves helping people. What you need to do is select the correct option. What is the correct option? What is the best adjective that matches perfectly with that definition? She always shares. Ella siempre comparte sus cosas con otros y le encanta ayudar a los demás. She always shares her things with others and loves helping people. A, selfish, selfish. B, generous. C, rude, rude. Okay, so some of you say that it is B. Yeah, it is B. Great, great job. Generous. Because here it says she always shares. This is the key word. Comparte. Comparte sus cosas con los otros y le encanta ayudar a los demás. Okay, so let's continue. Be ready. Get ready for the second example, of this short quiz. It says, he never tells the truth and often lies to his friends. ¿Ya? Nunca dice la verdad y a menudo, casi siempre, dice mentiras, le miente a sus amigos. So here we say tell the truth. In English we say tell the truth, decir la verdad. Decir mentiras, tell lies. Okay? So the options are A, honest, B, funny, and C, dishonest. Dishonest, funny, honest. Which is the best option, my friends? Of course, this is pretty easy. This is pretty easy. Dishonest. Dishonest because lies. This person lies all the time, tends to lie. So let's continue with the third one. The third one is, it says, he talks all the time. In class, on the phone, everywhere. This person talks all the time. So A, shy. B, quiet. C, talkative. What do you think? This person talks all the time. In class, on the phone, everywhere. Everywhere means en todas partes. The best adjective to describe this person is talkative. Talkative. Okay, let's continue with number 4. Number 4 says, she never arrives late. She's always on time. She never arrives late. She's always on time. Arrive, that means llegar. Nunca llega tarde. Nunca llega tarde. She is always on time. So the three options that we have here are lazy, number 1. Number 2, punctual. And number 3, irresponsible. Let's say that this person never arrives late. This person is punctual. Great job. Well done. Okay, let's continue with number 5. He always thinks negatively and believes nothing will work out. He always, siempre, always thinks negatively, ¿ya? Piensa de forma negativa and believes nothing will work out. Y cree que nada va a funcionar. Cree que las cosas no van a salir bien, no van a funcionar. ¿Ya? Believes nothing will work out. Work out. A. Optimistic. B. Confident. Confident. C. Pessimistic. Pessimistic. Okay. Give you some seconds to think about the adjective that matches perfectly with this sentence. Of course, is the letter C. Pessimistic. Pessimistic. Think about pessimistic people you know. Do you know any pessimistic people? This is number 6. It says, she always says, please. She always says, please, and thank you. Thank you. And treats everyone with respect. Okay, here we go again. She always says, please. Siempre dice, por favor, gracias, please, thank you. And treats everyone with respect. Okay. Polite, arrogant, moody, or moody. Well, so here, my friends, best option for number 6, yeah, is polite. Someone that always says please and thank you is polite. Practice a little more. He never listens to advice and refuses to change his opinion. Refuses, se niega a cambiar su opinión. Refuses to change his opinion. Yeah? And he never listens to advice. He never listens to others. Stubborn. B. Respectful. C. Friendly. A. Stubborn. Repeat the pronunciation there. This strategy, the repetition strategy is great. Stubborn, respectful, and friendly. Okay, so respectful, friendly, the best option for number 7, someone who never listens to advice and refuses to change, yeah, his opinion, their opinion, is someone that is stubborn. The best word to describe someone like this is stubborn. Take notes, yeah. I recommend you to take notes about this vocabulary. If this is new vocabulary, for example, the word advise, consejos, consejo, refuses, yeah, stubborn, respectful, all the new words you find in this lesson, please write them down. Write them down on a piece of paper, anywhere where you can go later and review, study this vocabulary. Okay? Well, my people, my friends, let's continue here practicing in a different way. Yeah? Let's continue practicing in a different way with adjectives. Here, for example, before we saw several definitions or descriptions for different adjectives, right? Here, the idea is guess the personality adjective. We will have a definition. Look, for example, number 1, we will have a definition. This person always tells the truth. This person always tells the truth. Truth. Yeah. And we need to guess what is the adjective? What is the word? Think about it. If the word that you have there in mind is the adjective honest, great, you did a good job. Amazing, congrats. Okay, so this is the idea here. So let's get ready. Let's continue with a second definition. This person never wants to share and only thinks about themselves. Again, but slowly. This person never wants to share and only thinks about themselves. Okay. In Spanish, we would say, esta persona nunca comparte sus cosas y solo piensan en ellos. Solo piensan en ellos. What is the word? What is the adjective? 3, 2, and 1. The adjective here is selfish. This person is selfish. Someone that never wants to share and only thinks about themselves is selfish. That person is selfish. What means selfish? That means egoísta. Egoísta. If you don't want to share and you think about yourself, yeah, you are selfish. Third. The third one is this person is nice to everyone and uses good manners. This person is nice to everyone and uses good manners. 3, 2, and 1. Polite. The adjective here is polite. Remember before we saw that someone that is polite usually says thank you, says hi, says goodbye, yeah? And has good manners in general, has good manners. Okay. Let's continue with another example here. It says, this person thinks everyone will go wrong. Everything will go wrong. Esta persona or someone like this, ¿ya? Piensa que todo va a salir mal. Que la fiesta va a salir mal. What is the word? What is the adjective in English? Great. Yeah. The adjective here for this, for someone who thinks everything, the party, the movie, the meeting, la fiesta, la reunión, everything will go wrong, is pessimistic. 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 Do you know anyone like this? Next example is number 5. This is the last one. It says, this person never gives up, even when things are hard. This is nice, very interesting. This person never gives up. What means this? Nunca se rinde. Nunca se rinde. Give up, rendirse. Even when things are hard. Incluso cuando las cosas son difíciles. Nunca se rinde incluso cuando las cosas son difíciles. This person never gives up. Gives up. Even when things are hard, are difficult, are tough. Okay. Think about it. The best word to describe this is 3, 2, and 1. This person is determined, determined, determined. Someone who never gives up, nunca se rinde. Even when things are challenging, difficult. Great. So here we have studied different adjectives, yeah, to describe the personality of a person, yeah. Your sister's personality, your mother's personality, your best friend's personality. So what is the next exercise? Here, it is your turn, my friend. It is your turn. Let's try to create the definitions. Let's try to create a short, easy, and basic definition for funny. An example for this could be a funny person makes people laugh. This is a nice exercise to practice your English. You can start describing different words, not only adjectives. You can describe objects like chair, or places like my house, or animals or people or your day or different things. This is a good way to practice English. I recommend you this. The next word is talkative. Talkative. I think you have some ideas because we saw this before. Talkative. Think about that. I will show you the example here so that you can compare, check if there are similarities with this. A talkative person talks a lot. Remember that talkative es alguien que le gusta hablar. Le gusta hablar. A talkative person talks a lot. Easy peasy. Okay, let's continue here with the next part of this lesson. So before we were practicing with adjectives to describe the personality, adjectives. What is the idea now? The idea now is continue with other different adjectives. These are not for personality. We can use these adjectives to describe different things. So it says adjectives ending in ed versus ing. Let's get started. For this, we will pay attention to these two questions. La pregunta número 1, ¿cómo te sientes? Hey, how do you feel? Y la segunda pregunta es, what makes you feel that way? For example, how do you feel? Happy. This is just an example. Happy. I feel very happy today. And what makes you feel happy? ¿Qué te hace sentir así? Can be many things. Can be this class, my family, my house, my job, many things. Do you see the differences? Number one, how do you feel? Number two, what? What makes you feel that way? A house, family, a movie, this class, a party. So let's continue here. With this, it says adjectives ending in ed. Let's start with this. Ed adjectives describe how someone feels. You see? These adjectives, we always use the adjectives ending in ed, like, let me show you, like annoyed, que significa molesto o molesta, bored, aburrido, aburrida, confused, yes, depressed, disappointed, todos terminan con ed. Careful. Oh, termina con ed. Eso significa que es un verbo. No, no es un verbo. No es un verbo. Es un adjetivo. Okay? This is something different. Something different. So, remember, adjectives are words that we use to give more information about a noun. For example, if I say house, a place is a noun. So, my house is big. Big is an adjective. Small is an adjective. And these are other adjectives. All right? So, otros ejemplos, depressed, disappointed, embarrassed, avergonzado, embarrassed, excited, emocionado, excited, exhausted, exhausted. Okay? Frightened, frightened, asustado, asustada, frightened, frightened. Okay? Interested, interested, interested. Interesado, interesada, interested. Relaxed, etc. Okay? So here, these are examples with ed, and these adjectives, we use them to say how someone or how you feel. I mean, your emotions, to talk about your emotions. Yeah? So you can say, oh, I am bored. I am bored. Estoy aburrido. Or you can say, hi, how are you? You call your mom, Mom, how are you today? And your mom says, oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. You say, why, Mom? Why are you excited? Or you can also say, oh, after a long day, yeah, a busy day, you can get home and you say, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I feel. You can use the verb to be. Puedes usar el verbo to be. I am, she is, they are. O el verbo feel. Feel, sentir, feel. I feel exhausted. I feel tired. I am tired. Es lo mismo. It's the same. So remember, adjectives with ed is because we want to say how we feel, our emotions. The final examples are she feels tired after a long day. She feels tired. Se siente cansada. Cansada. Se siente. ¿Ya? Estamos diciendo cómo se siente. How do you feel? How does she feel? ¿Cómo se siente? She feels tired after a long day. He looks surprised by the gift. He looks surprised. How does he feel? He feels surprised. Yeah? It's like, this is like se ve que está sorprendido. ¿Ya? Está sorprendido. They are excited about the trip. They are excited about the trip. Están emocionados. They are excited about the trip, about the English class, about the party, anything. So the trip makes them feel this way. El viaje los hace sentir así, excited. ¿Recuerdan las preguntas del principio? La primera era, how do you feel? ¿Cómo te sientes? I feel excited. En este caso, I feel excited. ¿Qué te hace? La segunda pregunta era, ¿qué te hace sentirte así? En este caso, el viaje, the trip. The trip makes me feel excited. Okay? Let's continue here. Adjectives ending in ing. Ing adjectives describe the thing. Ing adjectives describe the thing, objects, person, or situation. Yeah, thing, person, or situation that causes the feeling. So let's start. Let's see some adjectives ending in ing. Amazing, amazing means asombroso, increíble. Amazing. Remember, here we talk about a situation, something about something, or something that causes the feeling. So, here you can say, the journey was tiring. The journey was tiring. Tiring. The news was surprising. The party is exciting. The question was confusing. What is the difference, my friends? What is the difference? Amazing. Asombroso, increíble. The party was amazing. My house is amazing. Hey, how was your weekend? My weekend was amazing. Yeah? Annoying. Annoying. Molesto, irritante. Recuerda, usamos esto para hablar de algo, usualmente de una situación, o de algo que causa una emoción. Por ejemplo, so there is a lot of noise outside. ¿Ya? Hay mucho ruido afuera. There is a lot of noise outside. That situation, that noise is annoying. Annoying. Es molesto. Ese ruido de afuera es molesto, es irritante. ¿Y cómo me siento yo? Annoyed con ed. Annoyed. ¿Por qué? Porque el ruido de afuera es irritante, molesto. The noise is annoying. You see the difference? Great. Let's continue with boring. Boring. The class is boring. Oh, that movie is boring. La película es aburrida. I can also say that people. I can say, oh, she is boring. What means? Que es aburrida. Ella es aburridora. In other words, is not interesting. You see? Boring, confusing, confusing, depressing, disappointing, embarrassing, which means vergonzoso, exciting. Yeah? So, for example, exciting, emocionante. My last weekend was exciting. El fin de semana fue emocionante. Exciting. Y si alguien me pregunta, hey, ¿cómo te sientes? How are you? How do you feel? How are you? I am excited. Excited. Con terminación en ed. I'm excited. Why? Oh, because tomorrow I'm going to travel, or because today is my birthday. You see? Let's continue. Fascinating, frightening, interesting, relaxing, relaxing, satisfying, shocking. So let's continue here. It's time to practice. Now that we have this clear, yeah, that we mention when we use the adjectives with ed and when we use the adjectives that finish in ing, it's time to practice. It's time to check our understanding on this topic. So we have practice time. Choose wisely. Number one, the book was so that I couldn't put it down. My book was so that I couldn't put it down. We have two options. Interesting, interested. Remember the questions that we practiced before. Are we and remember everything, all the information we mentioned. Are we speaking about the emotions of a person, or we are speaking here about something, a situation, a movie, etc. Okay, so according to that, the correct option here is interesting. The book was so interesting that I couldn't put it down. Estaba muy interesante. I couldn't put it down is like que no quería dejar de leerlo. No quería dejar de leerlo. I couldn't put it down. The next example is number 2. I was, we have two options, exciting, excited. I was, to hear about your new job. To hear about your new job. 3, 2, and 1. I was excited to hear about your new job. I was excited to hear about your new job. Okay? I was excited to hear. Great. Let's continue with next. This weather is really this weather. Weather. What is weather? Weather means clima. Clima. This weather is really depressing. We are not speaking about the emotions of a person. Some, people's emotions. No. The weather, clima, is really depressing. Number 4, she felt after running the marathon. She felt is the past conjugation of the verb feel, sentir. In this case, in past, se sintió. You see? Here we are talking about emotions, feelings. She felt exhausted after running the marathon. She felt exhausted. Se sintió exhausta. Cansada. Tired. Number 5. The last point of this quiz. The movie's ending was very surprising, surprised. So here we say that it was surprising. Surprising. Okay. El final de la película, wow. Estuvo sorprendente. The movie's ending was surprising. Okay. My people, my friends, this is the end of this live lesson. I think that this is clear and finally clear. Is not going to be challenging for us anymore. Thank you very much for being here today. I recommend you to watch this video again. Later, take your notes and check the explanation of these words, and especially check the new vocabulary and study that later. And bye bye.